Getting your first million can change everything, or ruin everything. Ja Morant went from a small-town kid to an NBA star almost overnight, and suddenly, serious money followed. In this video, we're breaking down how Ja Morant spent his first $1 million, the good, the flashy, and the lessons behind it. Subscribe for real money stories, and ask yourself, what would you do with your first million? From zero to millionaire, Ja Morant's sudden rise. Ja Morant's journey to wealth happened fast. Not long ago, he was playing college basketball with very little national attention. Then everything changed. He entered the NBA, signed his first professional contract, and suddenly millions of dollars were landing in his account. When Ja Morant received his first major NBA paycheck, it wasn't just money. It was a new world. Fame, pressure, expectations, and freedom all arrived at the same time. Like many young athletes, he had to learn how to manage wealth while still learning how to manage life. His first $1 million didn't disappear overnight, but it definitely marked the beginning of a new lifestyle. First big purchases, enjoying the moment. One of the first ways Ja Morant spent his money was on enjoying success. After years of hard work, discipline, and sacrifice, rewarding yourself feels natural. And Ja Morant did exactly that. He began upgrading his lifestyle. Better living spaces, luxury clothing, jewelry, comfortable travel. These purchases weren't about greed, they were about celebration. For a young athlete, finally having financial freedom feels unreal. Ja Morant allowed himself to enjoy that feeling. This is common for first-time millionaires. The key difference is whether spending stays controlled or turns emotional. Luxury cars, a symbol of arrival. One of the most noticeable ways Ja Morant spent his early money was on luxury cars. For many athletes, cars represent success, freedom, and personal style. Ja Morant has been seen with high-end vehicles, including sports cars and premium SUVs. These aren't just machines, they're statements. For someone who grew up without much, owning a luxury car can feel like proof that the struggle was worth it. While luxury cars lose value over time, they often play a psychological role. They remind young athletes that they made it. For Ja Morant, this was part of enjoying the moment, but not the entire plan. Fashion and jewelry, expressing identity. Another area where Ja Morant spent his first million was fashion and jewelry. Designer clothes, custom chains, and statement pieces became part of his public image. For NBA players, fashion is more than clothing, it's branding. What Ja Morant wears reflects confidence, individuality, and youth culture. His spending in this area helped shape his identity as a rising star. But unlike reckless overspending, Ja Morant didn't turn fashion into financial chaos. These were controlled purchases, not constant ones. Style was part of expression, not obsession. Living better, not bigger. Interestingly, Ja Morant didn't rush into buying massive mansions right away. Instead, he focused on living better, not necessarily bigger. Early in his career, he prioritized comfortable housing, safe environments, close access to training facilities. Rather than stretching himself financially, he stayed flexible. This shows maturity. Many young millionaires lock themselves into massive expenses too early. Ja Morant avoided that trap in his early phase. That decision helped him stay grounded while still enjoying luxury. Family support, sharing the success. One of the most important ways Ja Morant spent his first million was on family. For many athletes, wealth is not just personal, it's shared. Ja Morant helped support his parents and close family members. This included better housing, financial assistance, improved quality of life. Giving back to family is emotional spending, but in a positive way. It builds loyalty, gratitude, and stability. For Ja Morant, success was never just about himself. This kind of spending doesn't show up on social media often, but it matters the most. lifestyle upgrades, comfort and convenience. As his income increased, Ja Morant upgraded his daily life, not with excess, but with comfort. This included better nutrition, personal trainers, recovery treatments, private travel when needed. These expenses may look like luxuries, but for a professional athlete, they are investments. Staying healthy protects future income. Spending money on your body is one of the smartest decisions an athlete can make. Ja Morant understood that early, learning money the hard way. Like many young stars, Ja Morant faced challenges off the court. Fame came fast, and attention followed everywhere. These moments became important lessons about how lifestyle choices affect money, reputation, and future opportunities. Every millionaire learns eventually that money attracts pressure, freedom comes with responsibility, image affects income. Ja Morant's early experiences shaped how he approached money later. Mistakes, when handled correctly, become education, and education is priceless when managing millions. Endorsements, more than just salary. Ja Morant didn't rely only on his NBA salary. As his popularity grew, endorsement deals followed. These deals helped multiply his income beyond his paycheck. Brands saw Ja Morant as young, explosive, marketable, culturally influential. Endorsements turned his image into income. This allowed him to protect his savings while still enjoying a luxury lifestyle. Smart athletes understand that salary is active income, but endorsements can become long-term wealth. Discipline begins after the first million. The most important part of Ja Morant's story is what happened after spending his first million. The excitement faded and reality settled in. This is where discipline becomes necessary. Ja Morant began focusing on financial guidance, long-term planning, career protection. The first million teaches lessons. The next millions require a strategy. He started understanding that lifestyle must grow slower than income. That shift separates short-term wealth from lasting success. Luxury with limits, a growing mindset. Ja Morant enjoys luxury, but over time his spending became more controlled. He learned that real wealth isn't about buying everything, it's about choosing wisely. Luxury works best when it improves life, protects health, builds confidence, supports future goals. This balance allows wealth to feel empowering instead of stressful. What we can learn from Ja Morant's first million. Ja Morant's first $1 million wasn't perfect, but it was real. He enjoyed success, supported family, expressed himself, and learned valuable lessons along the way. The biggest takeaway is this: enjoy your wins, learn fast, adjust early. That mindset gives money meaning. Long-term money awareness, growing beyond the first million. As Ja Morant's career continued, his relationship with money began to change. The excitement of early spending slowly turned into awareness. He realized that income in sports can rise fast, but it can also stop suddenly. That understanding pushed him to think more carefully about choices, image, and responsibility. Money became less about showing success and more about protecting it. This shift is important because it separates short-term wealth from long-term stability. Ja Morant's first million taught him freedom, but it also taught him discipline, patience, and self-control, which matter far more than any purchase. Ja Morant's first million changed his life, but it didn't define him. What matters is how he learned, adjusted, and grew from it. If this breakdown helped you see money differently, like the video and subscribe. Now tell me honestly, would your first million build your future or test your discipline?